Hey everyone. Okay, so I'm gonna wait till a couple of you come into the live today. But I really just wanted to sit down and chat with you guys and let you know kind of a life update where I'm kind of at right now. And there's my dog. Um, but kind of share a little bit more because I haven't really just straight up talked to you guys in a little while. So I wanted to kind of share that. This new release has come out, and I am so incredibly thankful and grateful for everything you guys have been supporting and showing me the love on. Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining, guys. So today I'm just gonna kind of chat and give you a little bit of a life update, and I'll probably have a video later on in the day. I'm working on some cards using some of Altenews stuff, and it turned out really cool. Hey everyone. Hey from Germany, from the UK, awesome. So yeah, I just wanted to come on and say thank you all so much. This last year has been one of the best years of my life. It's been a hard year, let's be honest. It's been a lot of work and things like that. And now that I'm done with school, it's becoming a little bit less work, but it's still really exciting because this year is really ramping up a little bit more now too. But I wanted to thank you guys because before all of this, before Simon Hurley Create and my product line, I was just creating YouTube videos. I wasn't super happy, and I think you could probably tell back then too. I enjoyed what I was doing, but I think I kind of stumbled upon it on accident, like didn't really know what I was doing. And I think I was not happy back then because I didn't know that like I could be myself and show myself. I always thought it was like, okay, share the products and be done. Like, share the products and be done. Like, leave. I always thought that's what you guys wanted. And so this past year now, having my name on something, it's like, okay, well, now we have to infuse my personality into it. And I remember the beginning of last year, or kind of the middle of the year before it was released, because we worked on it for about like 3/4 of a year before it was actually released. I remember as a team, we were sitting down and we were like, okay, so now I'm signed with Ranger, and what do we want the line to look like? And so I sent over this Pinterest board, and we were like, okay, so we like this, and yada, 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 and things like that. And I was like, and then the product manager looked at me and she was like, Kathy, she's so awesome. And she looked at me, she goes, well, I still don't really know you. Like, this doesn't really give me a lot. And it was because I hadn't really shown my personality in videos that I think that it didn't really translate. And so this year has been super fun for me because I've been actually able to have fun and enjoy myself in videos and really get to know you guys too and chat with you all. Yay, thank you so much. Somebody just said they got the inks in and they're just as fabulous as the original 12. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share today. It's been a cool year of kind of growth for me. I got a message on Instagram the other day that said, like, it's been a year for you, like, not just successful wise, because there still is a lot of growth to be had there, but it's been a year in really, I think, me becoming happier, and it's very evident in the videos. If you guys watch older videos and then you now go to my new videos, it's like I'm actually just having fun with what I'm doing and not really focused on, hey, this is a new product, here it is. You know, by all means, I still love reviewing stuff and sharing stuff like that, but it's been cool to even use my own stuff now too, because it's not like, you know, I've never been really too much about like, oh, here's the product in your face, like, go buy it, right? But it's been cool with my stuff because I'm so genuinely excited about what I'm releasing and that I created it to fill a little purpose, or it's my designs that I drew. And I think that's what's been so cool for me is it's no longer like, oh, I gotta get this product sold. It's more like I'm super excited to release this and share it with the world, and hopefully you guys have an awesome response to it. So yeah, like I said, it's been a year, right? It's been a tough year. Now that I'm out of school, it's been a lot easier. And I think that was another part of it too, is being in school, you know, you walk into school the next day and, well, your video's up. So if you did anything weird in that video, everybody saw it because a lot of people followed me. And so it was a little bit awkward in that way too. And I think I was letting people kind of dictate my life there. So I'm glad to be out of that and kind of doing this full time now and really just enjoying myself and being fully myself, which is a little bit weird and quirky. And yeah, I'm just weird. But it's like I just have fun, and I know that sometimes I know that I'm being weird sometimes, but I just think that it's so funny. And so it's been cool now to kind of even let that go. And even now in classes too, when I'm teaching live in person, if anybody was at my creativation class, it's like now I'm just having fun being myself, telling jokes, and not being so serious anymore, right? Yeah, in my recent stamp set, this one says "You do you," right? But this one was really like I was so excited about this stamp set because number one, I didn't have any sentiments. Number two, they're big sentiments, so they fill a whole like the front of a card really nicely. But also just because they're like encouraging words that I could have used at times when I was down, right? So follow your dreams and don't let anyone stop you. You are perfect just the way you are. You make me smile. You do you. You're a blessing. So this stamp set really means a lot to me. And I was so excited to release it all with you guys, and hopefully you are loving it. Oh, thanks so much, Erin. Yeah, it's been cool. It's been a really awesome year, and I think it's just even more about just sharing my designs this year, and there's going to be a lot more releases this year. My dogs, we love them. There's probably a package at the door. It's probably from Adidas, because we all know that I have a problem. But I hope that's not too obnoxious. But yeah, I think it's really cool. Yeah, I hear the truck. It's the UPS truck, and they're gonna bark for a while. Right? They're obnoxious. Exactly. That's what I think too. It's like normal is boring, and I think so many people here on the internet too with crafting don't realize that, hey, I would rather see your personality infused into your videos than you just creating cards and being a robot while doing it. And I was 100% doing that, right? And so at the beginning I was all about, hey, these are my products, like this is what I'm using. Now he wants to come back in, right? Come on. He loves it in here. Okay. Awesome. My dogs are being themselves, right? Yeah, so it's been a cool year, and I hope that everybody knows too. We all have our down days, and sometimes I don't show those. The days where it's just like crazy, and you're like just having a breakdown on the floor because you don't know what is happening. You don't know what's going on. And I think social media is such a cool. Wow, we're really just kind of getting off track right now, but I think this is kind of what I've been thinking of the past couple of weeks. I think social media is so cool because without it, I wouldn't be anywhere where I am today, right? So it's so cool that you can now reach companies and people across the world, and I can chat with all of you guys on live, which I think is so incredibly awesome. But at the same time, it's so weird because it's not even the negativity, right? It's not even that the negativity really will affect you too much. It's the fact that you're all on this algorithm, and you're supposed to be posting, and you're supposed to share the content that people are going to want. And so it no longer is just it's going to send it out to your 45,000 followers, right? Now it's like, okay, now you have to please the YouTube algorithm, and if you didn't do that, then you're not good enough. And so it's so much that for me. And I've had so many people in my life that are so good. Even Jennifer McGuire, is like, don't look at the numbers because that's just going to mess you up. And really this past year, I have tried, and I think that my favorite part now is the fact that I'm not in school really helps me, because then I don't post one video and just focus on that video and keep checking back on it. Now I just like to do live streams and do videos and not really care about how they do, but more about the interactions that I'm having with you guys, because you're not always going to do the best in the algorithm and things like that, and it doesn't always need to be great. But the hard part is that like sometimes it'll tell you that you're good, and then sometimes it'll tell you that you're bad, but it doesn't define you. But sometimes it's hard because I don't get to see all of you in person. So I am just basing it off of a computer's numbers, but I don't get to have that personal interaction with you, which is so much fun. And this next year, we're going to do more classes and things like that, hopefully. I'm going to do some online classes as well. and hopefully get that all working. We've got my website up and running now and kind of updated a little bit. And so we're able to now do classes, and I sold the mystery boxes on there too. So hopefully we can make that a really cool area where we're gonna do classes with you guys. And with my classes, I'm thinking of doing, taking some of my products and bundling them together for you guys and selling that along with the class so you have your stuff at your door when we're creating it. And I think that will be really cool and kind of turn it into an online class, but make it like a 2-hour class where we create 4 cards with those products and not charge too much for the class, but just charge kind of that base price for the products and maybe a little bit more for the class too. But I think that'll be really cool and so much fun. And sometimes for me, traveling can be super stressful. So that's gonna be awesome. But I love going to larger events. I think we're gonna do a couple more classes this year as well. And so I'll keep you guys updated on here about that. Right, yeah. I think that too. And the numbers really shouldn't say too much because it's literally a computer. And literally a computer that's deciding whether your content should go or not. But it's been a lot of fun. It's been super cool. And I also, I was struggling at the beginning of the year because I had spent so much time on this ink formula and making sure my line was different and not going to be the same as everyone else's. And I think some comments before people try the inks are like, okay, well, we don't need another ink in the industry. And I get that, right? Because I had a million inks off to the side. And there has now been this notion where it's like, okay, if somebody releases an ink, it's usually the same ink in a different package. But that was totally not the case with this, right? That's not what Ranger does with our stuff. We don't just relabel, you know, it and put it in 3 different lines. Like, sometimes we'll do that if it's the exact same product and you just want to make it, you know, fit in those different lines. But if it's different designers, the inks are completely different. And we start with a different formula. And so I went in and spent, I don't know how long it was, maybe 3 months choosing the colors and making sure that formula was perfect. And you know, you go in and you tell the chemist. That's what I love about Ranger is we do it all in the US with the inks and stuff. So we would go into and tell the chemist kind of what we wanted, and I chose my colors, I chose my color names, and then, you know, keep testing it until it's absolutely perfect. And for me, it was making sure that it did all 3 things. Oh, thanks so much. That's awesome. Right, so, and I get it. Like, if you look at the inks, it's like, okay, we don't need another ink. But for me, with that whole wall of inks, I wasn't completely satisfied with one single ink. And I think, too, I think one of the things for me was I didn't want people to have to struggle with inks in order to get them to blend. Because I blend inks on almost every single card. And so for me, I use the Ranger blending tool. And I know everybody's like, okay, start off the edge of your cardstock and go in. And for me, it was like, no, I want them to blend perfectly without having to do that. And so I think we really accomplished that with the ink. I'm super excited about it. And I know so many people that are trying it now and finally are getting it into their hands are, you know, saying that they absolutely love it and saying that they replaced the inks and that makes me super happy. But at the beginning of the year, it was like, people were seeing them again at Creativation and we're like, oh, nothing new here, right? Like, these inks suck and we gotta keep moving on. But it's like, until you actually try them, I encourage you to just maybe buy one ink and just test it. But they are a completely different formula than anybody else's at Ranger or on the market, right? So they're completely new and different. And even before we went to Creativation the first year, right before they went to production, I go, I think we need to make them a little bit better at stamping too, so they can be all around awesome. And so we did. We added a little bit more into it and made sure that they can stamp, blend, and watercolor. So that was really cool for me. And even with the whole personality thing, it was like, I really did, I think, find my personality more and find what I loved this year more than anything. Because after that first meeting where I was telling you guys, our product manager was like, I still don't know you, right? Like, your videos don't really share that. I think this year I set out and I was like, hey, I want to share myself. And I kind of did it unconsciously, or wait, that's not the word, subconsciously, because I just was enjoying myself so much this year. Because I was no longer trying to be like, okay, this is cool because of this. It was more, this is cool and this is why I love it and this is why I created it. And it has my name on it because I love it. And so that has been cool for me to to finally be able to do that and really step into my own shoes and feel like people actually care about me because now my name is on something. And I don't know, it's been a cool feeling this year. And not even just because my name is on something, right? It's not that for me. It's not like, oh, I always wanted my name on a product line. It was more, I want to fill in this gap. I want to make people laugh, and I want to make products that are kind of funny. And yeah, there's my dog again. He just barks nonstop. But for me too, at the beginning of this whole process, we originally had an illustrator, and then I was like, guys, I think I want to draw these. I think I can do this. And so I went in, and the artwork on the first, let's see. Let me see. Do I have one here? Yeah. This was like the first idea that I had and the first artwork that I drew. Oh, blessings to you, Anne. I hope that sounds, I hope you get there safely and everything. And so this was one of the first stamp set ideas that I drew. My dog is barking at your dog, or your dog's barking at my dog. So this one's called Space Training, and this was, I bought an iPad, and this was the first thing that I drew, and I was like, I don't know if I can draw, but let's give it a try. And so for me, it was like, you know, I wanted to bring some of my weird ideas to life, and so I saw those things where everybody was like, love, you know, and there would be like a heart instead of the O. So for me, it was like, let's put an astronaut helmet instead of the O and put little critters in it. And also for me, it was, I wanted to draw bigger images in larger stamp sets so that you don't have to use a lot of images to cover a whole card, right? You can use 1 or 2 images and complete your card, which was so cool for me. And then from there on, it was like, you guys showed those designs so much support and love. And I know my drawings aren't for everybody, right? I know it's not for every single person. But I'm so incredibly grateful that you guys had showed them so much love, and I'm having tons of fun now. For the past like week, I've just been straight drawing and creating for the rest of the year and getting my stuff turned in, and yeah, it's been amazing. It's been cool. Sometimes I get a little worried. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I hope, you know, before every release, it's like, oh my God, I hope they love this one. Like, I hope, you know, because you don't want them sitting on the shelves in a warehouse, right? So, and so before every release, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't sleep. Like, I really hope that you guys love what I'm creating. And for the most part, you guys have, which is super cool. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I try to make them work together as much as possible. I try to infuse myself in them as much as possible. So even if I do florals or things like that, usually they're pretty whimsical and pretty in my style. And you know, sometimes I'll incorporate little critters and stuff like that, because that's what I love creating with. Over the next year as well, I noticed that with these stamp sets, it's all images you have to color in. And so in the future, right, there's cats coming. There's cats coming. Just wait. Now, I don't know how soon it'll be, but they're coming. And so it's been cool to, what was I even saying? Making them all work together and everything like that has been super cool. And being able to draw everything is awesome. It's been super stressful at times because it's like, okay, we gotta get this turned in by this, otherwise it's not gonna be able to be released by then. So that's been a little bit stressful, but for the most part, it's been a lot of fun, and we have something really awesome coming too. But thank you guys. The main goal of this live was just to say thank you so much. This year has been incredible growth for me. And I get a lot of comments saying that too, that it's like, okay, we can tell that you're happy now, right? We can tell that you're not just putting on that fake smile and not just going through it and trying to sell us stuff. You know, because that's really not what I'm doing anymore. It's not really about, oh, I hope this video gets this many views and, you know, things like that. It's really just me having fun and chatting with you guys, and that's what I love. A holiday collection coming soon. Yeah, coming soon. I think we'll have about 6 releases in total this year. I think, yeah, about 6. And some cool stuff too. Some stuff that I'm really excited about. Right? Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I think that's been cool for me. Oh, here's what I was gonna say. Even so, my personality really shined through, and I think it helps to show you guys, even with the inks and stuff, like the names of them are just absolutely hilarious and so much fun. And my goal with this was just like, let's make people smile, right? Like, I don't want another yellow called lemon. It's just not something that I want. And so this is Slippery When Wet. We have Psych, of course. But that's been cool. It's been cool to, I love writing and I love poetry and I love like songwriting, and that was what I originally wanted to do, right? Like this was kind of an accident. This was like me 5 years ago, went down in my basement because I was struggling and brought out some art supplies and played with alcohol inks and then got into card making. And this whole thing I never thought was going to happen, right? It was an accident. And I think that's how most things like this happen in life, where it's like, I couldn't even have done this if I tried. Like, it was a complete accident. It's been a lot of work, but at first it was a total and complete sheer accident. I just wanted to share my work with the world. I didn't have a ton of friends. I wanted to talk on the internet, right? Like, that's what this was. That's what it was since the very beginning. And so, yeah, it's been the only thing that I feel that I am good at, right? I never in a million years thought that this would happen, right? Yeah, it was very much an accident. It was very much like, well, I tried all the sports. I'm not good at that. You know, I tried acting, and that was fine, but not like phenomenal. And then I just found this because it was like I just enjoyed it. It was just something that I enjoyed it, and you'd be surprised how many awesome pieces of art you can create when you're not too happy, right? And so that's what I think. I think even going to school, it was difficult because it's like, okay, well, now everybody is so sports oriented, and it's like, well, I'm not. So then everybody just thinks that I'm just weird and looks at me a little bit weird, and it's like, it's never been something that's been fully accepted until the numbers started growing, and then everybody was like, oh, that's kind of cool, right? Like, and it's a little bit weird. It is. That like people don't really accept things until they're doing well. And so that's what I encourage you guys as well. If you're doing something that's out of the ordinary and nobody is used to it, right? Nobody is gonna like it. Nobody is going to accept it. There are very few people in my life that did at the very beginning. My family was so awesome. And I had several really close friends that were amazing. But besides that, it was a lot of comments like, oh my God, like you're on YouTube and you're like doing it. You know, it was just weird. Lots of weird comments, insults thrown at you and things like that. But I think if you can stick through that, anybody can be successful. And I think that made me want to be more successful too, in a weird way. Yeah. So I think that's been super cool. Yeah, I think it's been super cool. And like the growth in, now I lost my train of thought because I had to like block somebody. We love some good old trolls, but right, always let the loudest voice be your own, and always determine what you want to do, even if you are successful. Don't let people tell you what you have to do, I think is really important, because you always have to stay true to yourself. And so that's been me. You know, I've never really wanted to do anything for money or anything like that. And trust me, I didn't get into this industry for money. I didn't get into it being like, okay, I want a product line in the end. I want my name on something. Because let's be honest, for the first 4 or 5 years that I was doing this, I absolutely made zero money. You know, I only made a little bit of money here and there from like scrapbook.com. They have been so awesome to me with classes and things like that. But there's not like I'm not doing like amazing, right? Like, so I didn't do this all for money, and I think I have to stress that, because I think sometimes it's like, oh, well, now he just released this because he wants to make a quick buck. It's like not at all the case. For me, it definitely hasn't been. And if I was doing it for money, I would find a different industry. But I have fallen in love with this industry because of the people behind it and because of all of you. And that's really why I enjoy it so much, and that's why I keep coming back, and, you know. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's live stream. If you have any questions, let me know. It's been so awesome chatting with you guys. I'll probably be on later live, or I will upload a video tonight or tomorrow. We'll see exactly how it goes. Well, thank you. Definitely, and I think it doesn't always have to be sports for guys. I think that's the funniest thing. And for me, it wasn't even like, oh, I like was so against sports and didn't like them. For me, it was more like, okay, I tried it. I tried like a lot of sports. I tried, what did I try? Basketball, tennis, soccer, taekwondo, swimming. Actually, I love swimming. That's the one thing that I do enjoy. But it's been funny because I think everybody thinks like, oh, I'm way against sports, and everybody at my school too was just like, oh, why aren't you doing any sports? And it's just because, number one, I didn't have time anymore after this whole thing started. But number two, it was like, I wanted to, like, why even try at something that you're not good at, right? Like, you were created for something. And for me, it was, I was so creative, and I was kind of good at art and good at drawing and sharing and things like that, that's where I wanted to focus my time and energy. And I like tried every sport, and I'm not great at it, and so why focus on that, and why try to put your time and energy into that when like you're not gonna go anywhere with it, and it wasn't ever super fun to me because it was so stressful, and the older you get, the worse it gets because everybody gets better, you know? And so for me, it was like, okay, I just stopped in high school playing sports, and I got looked at weird by everybody for that, but it was like, that's just not something that I was good at. And so why even try? It wasn't a choice for me. It was just like, I'm not good at it. I'm way better at art and things like that. Somebody said Ken from the car. Yeah, he's been awesome. His videos have been super helpful for me too, because when he was talking about his breakdown, I was feeling that at the exact same time. And I was like, wow, I don't know if I can keep doing this. But sometimes you just got to pick yourself back up and keep going, and know that you can do it. And I think that's been a big thing for me too. Making sure that, hey, you got to take a break when you know that you're down. And so if you see me off of social media for a little while, that's usually why. You got to know when. And even in your regular day job, it's like, okay, you have to know when you're pushing yourself too hard, and when you've got to kind of, please be you. Aw, thanks, guys. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I just love reading your guys' comments. Oh, wait, let's go up here. I have 3 sons and they experienced what you did. My boys are musical, great in computers. Right? That's what it was for me too. And it was more like, I didn't just fall in love with art. In fact, I love computers and the tech side of it too. And so I fell in love with the video and filming side of it. And so for me, sometimes I feel like I'm like stuck in a box with these tutorials and stuff like that. That's why with card making life hacks, I kind of go all out on editing and things like that, because that's what I love. And so for me, it was like, yeah, we were all, me and my brother too, we were both into tech. He's the one who built my website and things like that. And I've gotten a lot more into it too now that I've started filming and wanted to get better and things like that. And so for me, it was just like, I'm not good at sports. And so that's why I'm not doing them. Like, there's no other reason. It's not like I'm totally against anything. And for me, it was just weird. But I think everybody's so good at a certain something. And for me too, it was like, I know a lot of people get mad at me for saying this, but I don't know if I'm going to go to college. I think I might take some online classes, maybe get a degree in writing, because that's something that I really enjoy. But for me, I always knew that I wasn't going to go to college. I always knew it. It's weird, but ever since I was really little, I would tell people that I'm not going to college, which is such a weird thing to say at that age. But I was like, no, I'm not going to go to college. Like, I'm going to figure it out, but I just don't think that it's right for me. I just didn't think that I could do it. Like, not even in that way, like I couldn't finish. I just wanted to get started in my life. And And so for me, it was like, I just got started at a way younger age than everybody. And so now for me, it was like, art school won't be good for me because I already kind of found myself in art and I don't want anybody to force their style onto me. And so, yeah, you just have, right on, Jess. You just have to do exactly what is right for you. And so for me, you know, school hasn't been something that's been really on my radar. And I knew it ever since I was little. I was like, this isn't going to work for me. But it's been cool now. It's been awesome. And I think God has really showed me that way where it's like, okay, you know, you might not be going to school, but I'll give you some success in this area then. And I got started at such a young age. And I think for me, I lost a little bit of my high school years because I got started working at such a young age. But also, I'm not big into, you know, anything where it's like, let's go out to a party or anything like that. And so I think for me, it was like God gave me this to have me excel at a younger age. And be able to focus on that rather than doing anything, you know, stupid that would get me off on a bad life track. And so for me, it's been just keeping level-headed and keeping this up. And I got a nice group of friends around me that are super awesome and supportive. Ever since I was little, they're awesome. So yeah. Yeah, high school is not all it cracked up to be, right? It's good for some people. It's like a growing stage for some people, but for me, it was just awful. It's not even like I didn't like, I love learning. I love the teachers. I just think that around high school, there's too much judgment. And I think it forces people into a box. For me, it didn't happen too much because I wouldn't listen to everybody, but I've seen it happen to a lot of people too, where it's like, you know, you just change because of all the judgment around you. And I think if it wasn't like that, it would be such an awesome place. Because you learn so much, and for me, it was like the teachers were amazing at the school that I went to, but so much judgment in what you wear and what you look like, and yeah, it's been crazy. But I think for me, even halfway through, it was like, okay, am I gonna go to online school right now? But I finished, right? It's been awesome. Definitely, college is not necessary, and I think, right? High school, yeah. It sounds like it's been bad for a lot of people. I think for some people they excel in high school, and for some people it's like, wow, that was an awful time, but thank God we're out, right? But I think, and I never like hated my high school. It was just the judgment that kind of surrounded the people there. But not everybody was like that, which is cool. I just wanted to say that because I know some people might be watching right now from my school, and there was a lot of people there that were so awesome. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. That judgment is definitely starting earlier, and I think it's because of social media. Wow, we're just really going off on a whole rant here. I hope you guys don't hate this. I might have to delete it later because people rewatching it might not like it as much. But it's just fun to chat with you guys. I think that, and talk about this stuff too, because this is something that really interests me too. Even with now this younger generation, I'm kind of scared for them because it's more focused on, you know, phones and social media and things like that. Whereas for me, it was like I got a phone right at the end of middle school, and I think now so many younger kids are getting them, and I think so many kids now think that, you know, you have to get this many likes on this photo, or even in my generation too, that's kind of how we grew up, and it's kind of awful to have those numbers. I have to say, if it wasn't for Simon Hurley created an INKLIPSE and my YouTube channel, I don't think I'd be on social media. I love the creation and putting out content, and I love the video form. I love YouTube so much. Oh, that's awesome, Lori. Yeah, I'll keep it up. It's been cool because I love YouTube, because I get to share my videos, and it's not as much of a like and comment, it's more of a sharing an experience with somebody, and then you guys can comment and kind of share your thoughts and experiences too, and teaching and learning. And the reason why I love YouTube is because I grew up so much on YouTube. That's where I learned all of my art stuff, and that's where I learned so much. And just this is like the new kind of Netflix for our generation, which is super cool. I remember going to like Blockbuster and getting movies, but now you can stream them everywhere, which is crazy. But yeah, I think for the younger generation, it's going to be, yeah, that's when we did too. I got my phone when I could pay for it too, which has been cool. I love that. I love that my parents did that. So that it's not everything. At the time, I was like a little bit annoyed by it, but I love that they did that because it teaches you the value of money, and that's why I wanted to start my YouTube channel and start working and things like that, so that I can buy a new camera and buy new lighting and always be upgrading that stuff. But it really teaches you a lot when you have to pay for everything, which is cool. Not everything, but like the things that aren't essential, like phones and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm scared for the younger generation, mainly because of even like TikTok. It's cool, it's a funny platform, but there's so much pressure on like kids and things like that with likes and sharing and how many views is their thing getting, that it's just crazy. Any exciting announcements? No, not yet. New release is out though. There's a link down below, the first link. That's it. Thank you guys so much for everything you have been doing as well. Yeah, it stresses you out for sure. Okay. You're gonna ask me to be your grad date. Oh yeah, what software do I use? So I use Sony Vegas Pro right now, but I did buy Mac. Like I upgraded all my computers to Macs because I just feel like they last a little bit longer, and also a lot of my other equipment, like my phone and my iPad, have been Macs, so it's easier. But right now I use Sony Vegas Pro on Windows. Right? Yeah. That's what I think too. It's crazy now because everybody can be a celebrity and everybody thinks that they have to be. Even for me when I was younger, it was like, I love the job of performing, and so for me it was like, this is my own little like outlet to do that, and it's been crazy how it has been successful, kind of. I don't even consider it like hugely successful. I just have my little tiny corner on the internet that I get to talk to you guys, which is so awesome. But that's been cool for me. When I was little and growing up, something you guys might not know is we actually had this little point and shoot camera, and I would go around and film myself and pretend like I was like recording videos, because when we were little, YouTube had just started out, and there was these like select group of people that you would look up to, and kind of, and so I always would act like I was filming YouTube videos, and I still have some of them. They're really funny. I gotta go back and do like a video recreating my first video, like redoing the card that I made with it, because it's cute and it's funny. But I think nowadays too, that is so apparent and so evident that everybody is trying to do that, and it's kind of crazy. Yeah, you have a box of my new products waiting at your home. Yay, that's so awesome. Yes, definitely. Throwback videos. I think I shared one right at the release of my products. I was like, hi, I'm Simon Hurley and welcome to my first YouTube video. And then it was, yeah, that has been cool. It's been cool. It's been awesome. And it's cool to, yeah, Ranger has been, that's something I want to touch on. If you guys have ordered from Ranger in the past, we've been kind of struggling at shipping things out and doing that. One thing that we're doing now is making sure that everything that's on the website is in the machine ready to pick and pack, rather than just in the warehouse, so that it's super quick to ship out to you guys. So I wanted to let you guys know that in case if you have had a little bit of a lengthier shipping time in the past, Ranger is shipping out a lot faster now, making sure that the stuff's in the machine. The stuff might show as sold out on the website after a little while, but it comes back quickly because we have it in the warehouse and we're going to restock it into the picking machine. So I wanted to let you guys know that as well. That's kind of what's been going on. So if you see a product sold out, come to the website maybe the next day or the day after that, and hopefully it'll be back in. Usually we have some pretty quick times, even if it's not in the warehouse, of getting the stuff in, because most of the stuff is made in the US. Like the inks we can turn around pretty quickly. But yeah, there's a link down below, the first link in the description if you guys want to shop any of that. Yay. Oh, that's so awesome. He tried copying my designs to the best of his abilities. That's so sweet. No, not currently. We don't have any problems with the China problem because none of my stuff comes from China, but I think, I don't know. I know a lot of companies have been struggling with that. Yeah, you bought the stencils today. I have to like scroll. Yeah, I was friends with pretty much everybody in high school too, except for, yeah, some. Yay, did we beat Christopher's shipping times? You gotta tell him, right? You gotta tell him to speed it up. No, he's so awesome too. I love Christopher. Oh, thanks. I have like a really bad habit of just going on Adidas and buying something. Let's talk about this. So I tend to find, guys, this is totally not about crafting. A lot of this live stream hasn't been, but I tend to find a brand or company that I like, especially for clothing, and then I'll like purchase a lot from it. Over a period of time, I'm now like the top tier of Adidas like member, like rewards programs, because I just like their stuff. And it's not even because, actually, I think the reason why I love it is I originally started out with shoes because my brother got a pair of shoes from them and I really liked them. So then I started buying some shoes. And then I was like, ooh, they have clothing too. Let's try this out. So then I tried a couple of the shirts and I was like, ooh, this is good. No, there's no real announcement. It was just kind of a life update. I just kind of wanted to chat with you guys. There's no real announcement, but the January release is available. So if you want to click the link, the first link in the description. Yeah, definitely a kindness stamp set for sure. But that's why I wear so much Adidas stuff. It's because I know that it fits me. I know that they're really good quality. It's not a brand deal for Adidas, I swear. It's just, I just love their stuff. I now got my mom hooked on their stuff too, because it's just good quality. Like, it's just nice stuff. And you can get pretty good deals on it too, which is awesome. Because I don't pay a lot for clothes. Oh, yay. Oh, Christopher's just an hour away. Nice. Yeah, you're drinking your coffee and loving this. It's been a fun little chat. It's been a fun little morning chat. Guys, let me know when I need to get off. Let me know when this is just becoming boring. But it's been fun to chat about things that aren't just crafting. I was thinking about starting a podcast about chatting about things that aren't just crafting, but I think literally we could just do it on live stream on here because I think it's more fun. Keep talking, guys, while I assemble my cards. That's what I use this kind of video for. If I notice that it's a long video, I'll turn it on while I'm crafting or designing stuff, and it's really nice. But yeah, it's been cool. I could never be boring. YouTube University, right? It's been cool also to see or to kind of like grow as I've been going. It's been cool to have my life documented online. That is one thing that I love about social media. There is some great aspects of it that I think is so cool. And growing online and being able to like save all of those videos is so awesome. And I have videos from when I was so young and my voice was so high. Are my Ranger codes still available? I think try code Simon20 or try code Welcome30. Either way. But if you can, use the link down below because I get a little bit of a commission off of that. I would really appreciate it if you want to support me. If you don't want to support me and you just want to buy the line, it's okay. Oh, yay. You got done chatting with Menomonee. I love them. They're so cool too. And their new store as well is awesome. Right? Oh my gosh. Also, guys, I'm going to make a video on this, but I want to share it because it's been cool. I just got a box from Ranger. And they have these new... Oh, time to block somebody. We love blocking some good people. So there are these like pastes from Ranger, and they're so cool. And I'm so excited to do a video on them. They're on Ranger's site, so if you're ordering my stuff right now, I think these are available right now, and you should definitely grab them. And it's not because I get a commission off of them or anything, because I don't think I'm not going to unless if you use the link down below. Because this isn't even my product, but I think it is so cool. They're glitter pastes, and they have like, I can't wait to show them in a video upcoming, but they have like these chunks of glitter in them, which is super cool. So unlike other glitter pastes that are just the fine glitter, they have like these really big chunks in them, which I love. Okay, Christopher had them. Right? Yeah. When am I opening my store? Ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna open a store. I don't think I ever will. I don't know. We'll see. Do I think I'll ever go out on my own? I have an amazing Ranger family. I love them, and a lot of the stuff that I currently do wouldn't be possible without them, which is super cool. And I love that they're helping me along and they're doing a lot, which is so awesome. Do I ever think I'm gonna go off on my own? I don't think that I'll ever end with Ranger. I don't think that it's going to happen. I love them and I love the stuff that we create together. So if we end, it's not going to be my choice. But I have been having so much fun with them, and they are so supportive and amazing. I think the glitter paste is available now. And it definitely, yeah, it does. They're so established and an amazing brand. And the reason I signed with them is because they cared so much about quality. Yeah, they have been doing phenomenal, and they are so amazing at fixing issues that are going on and things like that. If you ever have a problem with your products or stuff like that, contact the customer service. Yeah, I would encourage you guys, if you have a problem with your products, to reach out to Ranger customer service and not go directly to me, because chances are I can't do much with that. But Ranger customer service can help you out totally if you're having issues. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do a brick and mortar, but I might do my online store and pair up the products with classes as well. Ranger is amazing, definitely. And guys, the coolest part about that whole thing is when I first started this, you probably have heard this story several times, but I'll go more in depth now. The first craft that I did, like paper crafting, I picked up a set of Ranger Tim Holtz alcohol inks, and I tried them, and I was having so much fun, and then I Googled on what I should use them for, and then card making came up. And it's been crazy. And so then I found card making and I kept doing that. And before that, I bought Diane's journal and I bought dilution sprays, and I would try out everything. And it was like, okay, that wasn't quite for me. That was a little bit too messy. And Tim's grungy style wasn't quite for me, but I would use those products and make them my style. And so that has been super cool, because Ranger is a company that I have looked up to for so many years. And for me, partnering with them was like shooting my shot in the dark, because I didn't think they would want me. But it was so cool, and I think that it works so well because each of the designers and me have all of our completely different styles, so we're not stepping on anybody's toes. And I think Ranger now has a really good, complete line of, stuff for card makers, if it's clean and simple, or, different things like that, or art journaling, or Tim Holtz is awesome inky style. So there's so many things to choose from now with their stuff, and they're so established. And so for me, I was incredibly grateful to be signing on with them, because I would like sit up in my room and watch creativation videos of the designers and just be in awe. And now I get to do that too, which is so cool. Polly said, "Who would not want you?" I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird thing. And when I first got started, I pitched a product. We haven't created it yet. Because it's been very difficult to do, but if that ever comes out, it's going to be super cool. Okay, we're going to have to leave soon, because there are some, yeah, so it's been cool now. It's been awesome. I want to be like you when I grow up, except I'm 63, too late, Karen. Yeah, right, Cluster B came into the wrong chat. But yeah, it's been cool. It's been an awesome year. Oh, thanks, Beth. And I just want to let you guys know, too, it's okay to have down days. It's okay to have days where you aren't doing much or you don't feel amazing about yourself. You always get back up and you can keep going. And sometimes it gets worse before it gets better, and sometimes it gets better before it gets worse, right? And so it's just crazy, because sometimes when things are going so well, you can feel kind of awful on the inside about yourself. And I think nowadays it's so much about social media because of that. It makes me so much happier to come online and chat with you guys, and I might just do this more often when I get bored or am not feeling great. But just know that there are so many people that feel just like you. even if I'm not posting it on my Instagram or on my YouTube channel, that I'm not feeling great that day, that I didn't get much done, or that I'm not feeling great about myself or what I'm doing, or if I'm going to succeed in what I'm doing, or if I'm going to keep doing it for a long time. Just know you're worth it, and just know you can keep going, and you've got this. Yeah. Right? You can have a pity party, but then you have to get on with it. You can listen to some sad music, but then it's time to get on. I woke up this morning, therefore it's a great day. So true. And it's been cool to see that. Definitely. It's been cool. It's been an awesome year. And I think for me, a lot of it is like comments on YouTube. And it's not even so much the comments on my videos, because a lot of times those don't get to me because it's usually just you guys, and you guys are so loving and supporting. But it's when a video does well that you expect to be really happy about it, right? You expect to be super happy about a video doing well, but that video doing well means that it's reaching. Your mom's Karen too. How is she doing with the Karen meme? I talk to her about that all the time. I go, "Are you being a Karen?" Yeah, I do read them. I read basically all of them, especially at the beginning of when that video is posted. That's usually when I'll respond to them. So yeah, if you were watching a video, just comment right kind of near the start when you saw it, like when it's first posted, and then I'll try to get back to it. But for me, it's been difficult because once a video does well, it reaches way more people, and people that don't really love you, and then they start commenting really awful things. And on Creativation, it takes all you have to not write back to them and just be like, you know, what's going on? Like, because a lot of times it's not truth, but it makes you start thinking, right? And it makes you feel awful and like you aren't doing the right thing. And so, yeah, just know that you are, that you're loved. If you're online and making videos like Jess, anybody else who's making YouTube videos in this chat, just know that you are absolutely amazing, and comments and numbers and nothing like that defines you. Yeah, it's JD. I saw that video. That's awful, and it's absolutely horrible. And you can say ignore it all you want, and I would say that too. But at a certain point, it gets difficult when your phone or when you're reading comments and you're trying to do it because you want to respond to the people that love you and support you, and then you just come across these comments that are absolutely horrendous. And so it doesn't happen often either. This is a very supportive community. Yeah, it's definitely hard to ignore the numbers, and I think for me, it's been just consistently posting now. For me, it used to be doing like one video a week because that's all I could do with school. And what posting one video a week meant for me was constantly checking up on that video, constantly making sure the numbers are good in that video. And if they aren't, you feel like crap because that's all you could get done in that week. And so for me, if a video didn't do well, it was game over because it was that whole week that I spent creating that video. And if people didn't like it, it was like, well, or if YouTube didn't like send it out to people, it was awful. But now it's just, I'm just enjoying myself so much more because I'm not even looking at my numbers, really. I'm not even looking back in the YouTube app and seeing, you know, how well a video is doing and if that video is blowing up and if it's not doing well. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But now I just really focus on just pumping out videos constantly and not really focusing on bad videos because, yeah, I'll do a video on the window maker. I think even my mom used to say this too. It was like, you can't post a video, and if it doesn't do well, you can't be down on yourself. Because that's what I used to do. I would be like, oh, well, now I don't want to post because this video didn't do well, and it doesn't motivate me to work hard to create another video. But that's the wrong attitude to how I feel like, because you shouldn't be looking at the numbers. It's more about the people that support you and things like that, that should matter the most. And that's what I've been doing this year. It's been cooler now to not have to force things, and now to just create the things that I love and create products that I love and create products for dudes and stuff like that. Yeah, it's been cool. Well, guys, I don't have too much more to say. I rambled on for like 50 minutes. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. You got this thing, Trudy. You got it. I agree. It is rough to start, and but we'll all be here supporting you. So, thanks, Lisa. Thank you guys so much. Crafting video, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. I'm not quite sure. I might do another live stream tonight, but crafting related, like with stencils and stuff like that. So that might be cool. But today has just been a day where I just wanted to sit down and chat with you guys. I drew for the past like 2 weeks for the rest of the year, and that's been incredibly fun. But sometimes I don't get to hang out with you guys as much. So I'll be back this week and sharing more content as I just got one of my releases done for the future. So now I'm able to make more videos. Awesome. Hugs, guys. See you soon. If you watch the replay, I love you. Thank you so much for watching it. I'm playing with an acrylic block in my hand, of course. If you want to check out the new release, there's the first link down below. Be sure to check that out. I love you all so much. You all are so worth it. Yeah, you're checking the new release now. That is so awesome. Thank you all so much for your support on that. It's been awesome. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.